obsession with me until I realized that there was nothing within him, neither conscience nor reason, that was even remotely human. An hour ago, I stood up and fired 6 shots into him. He just got up and walked away.
Couldn't have shot him 6 times.
Think I'm lying, Sheriff?
I think you missed him. No man could take 6 spots.
I told you this isn't a man. It's the unconscious mind. We're all afraid of the dark inside ourselves.
Damn you for letting me go.
We're all afraid of the dark inside ourselves.
Wow. We're about to get started, everyone. Welcome, everyone, to the P6 Live Studio Sessions number 12. Yay, here we all are. And I see a bunch of people in the chat. And if you are actually watching, and because I can see you. So if you are watching right now and you're lurking, you don't have a Twitch account, make sure you register. It's free, and you can basically get in the chat, and that'll be up on the screen for our guests tonight, who I will spend very little taking their time away. I'm not going to take too much time away from them because it's going to be a fantastic show. Again, welcome to the P6 Live Media Studio, and we are here for Studio Sessions 12, and we have a very, very special guest tonight, and I'm so excited to hear what they have coming through this evening for all of you. And I just want to, I'm going to switch the cameras over so I can introduce Achanté. And here we go on the other cameras here. Let me go to camera 6. Rahul. There you are. Rahul's slapping the tubs tonight. You can say hello if you want. Let me get your mic unmuted there. Go ahead.
Hello if you want.
Hello if you want. And Achanté will be gracing us with her lovely vocals and keys, and you got a ukulele over there as well. And I am super excited tonight, and here's why. The reason why is because the music tonight is going to be soulful, it's going to be beautiful, it's going to be deep, and it is a kind of music we really haven't had in the studio yet. And that's exactly the reason why I asked them to come in tonight, because it is fantastic music. I've had the pleasure of watching them live a bunch of times, and we'll get into all that a little bit later in the show. But without further ado, we're going to go and let's get to the first tune. What do you guys think? Yeah? Let's do it. All right. Take it away.
It's funny because my singing voice is so different from my talking voice.
That's okay. We got you. We got you.
All right. To the wind and ease my mind. Ooh, 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 Somebody call out to your brother. He's calling out your name. Oh, hiding under the covers with no one else to blame. Oh, couldn't help but your own neighbor. Couldn't tell it to his face. You were affected by the blame. Somebody call her to your brother. He's calling out your name. Oh, hiding under the covers with no one else to blame. Oh, you couldn't help but your own neighbor. Couldn't tell it to his face. You were affected by the blame. You cower in the corner, confide in your father, let it out and say, let it pass your way. Wait here, pull yourself out of this place, dear. Acknowledge you were a fake, dear. And then on you might just crawl. Somebody call out to your brother. He's calling out your name. Hiding under the covers, no one else to blame. Oh, you couldn't help but your own neighbor. Couldn't tell it to his face. You're affected by the blame. That was a cover of Brother by Matt Corby.
It's beautiful. That's my first time hearing that tune, and I'm blown away. I'm
Thank
absolutely
you.
blown away. It's so gorgeous, and it was such a beautiful tune to start things off here for Studio Sessions 12. And before we get into introductions here and we get into details about what you guys are about, I want to get to another tune because I'm getting into that mode. We had
Oh, sure.
a few shots going into this.
A few.
A few, or just one really, but it hit us hard. And so I'm getting into a mood. So I'm loving this. I'm loving this right now. So
Alright.
let's not waste time.
The
Let's-
demands shall be met.
the demand, the request shall be granted. All right. And
this is a tune that we actually played at Lee's Palace.
oh,
the first time I
nice.
met you.
yes. So we're not
Yeah.
getting into the history just yet. Rahul, are you on this one as well?
Yes,
All
he
right.
is.
Let me
First
unmute
song with Rahul.
his drums. All right. We're gonna get some tubs on this one. I'm very excited. All right. Take it away.
All right, let's do it. Hey now, let it burn by my bed for you. Hey now, leave it to the wayside like you do for you. By my bed for you. Hey now. Hey now, ooh, you know it is frightening. Ooh, you instincts here for you. Hey now, imagination calling rivers for you. Hey now, hey now. Ooh, you know it is lightning. Ooh, you know it's lightning. Now, 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 hey, now, now. Hey, now, now. Hey, now. Hey, Sorry, I didn't give you any cues, but he did good anyway.
Wow, that was so lush. That was
Thank
so
you.
that was so gorgeous. Man, I'm blown away. And that's probably what has kind of attracted me to your music initially, is that like most of the people who roll through the studio sessions here, I met Achanté and Rahul at the open mics, and as well as a Lee's Palace situation gig that happened in what was that, like October, something like that?
Yeah, I think it was October. Mhm.
And the thing that struck me about the music is that it is so what's the word I'm looking for, that there's so much dimension to it, and there's so much depth.
Dimension, I like that word.
Yeah, there's dimension and depth to it, and which is very, very difficult to pull off in an open, especially an open mic environment. I mean, when you have a dedicated show, you can kind of get away with that, and where you have time to prepare and lead up and you have an hour set. But in the open mic environments, that is so difficult to pull off, and you guys do it beautifully, and it's something I really appreciated about your music, and it's also why you've always stayed on my radar. Always stayed on my radar, because it hits me, right? So, and those things, those are the types of tunes that I wake up in the morning and like they're in my head, they're rotating through my head, and I'm just like, where did I hear that?
Wait till I release my original.
Oh snap! So in the studio tonight we have Achanté and Rahul, and then we they are part of, and this is how I originally knew them, the Augustas, which involve a few other members, rotating members, I guess, and but tonight we're featuring more of Achanté's style and music and originals and covers. And we're blessed to be able to have that in the studio.
Hashtag blessed.
Hashtag blessed.
Jesus, hashtag.
Hashtag be the change, right? So this is why I have you in the studio, is because we've, in the last couple of weeks, and we were talking about this before the start of this show, is that we've had like really heavy bands roll through, and I thought it would be a beautiful contrast to that, to have something kind of deep and lush and and it adds dimension to our studio with your music. So that last tune there, talk about that one a little bit.
Oh, sure. First of all, it's great to be here. I've seen the studio a few times online. So that song was a cover of London Grammar's Hey Now. And
Oh, is that the one I
honestly-
was supposed to turn up the reverb on a lot?
Oh,
Crap.
I guess I did it analog. I did it myself.
I
through
missed
my
the cue.
voice.
Well, it actually sounded so beautiful. Like
Thank you.
it's one of those tunes that like you get into like a meditative state, just absorbing it. Right?
I was literally okay. You took the
That's
words out
literally
of my
what I
mouth.
do whenever that song is on. I
Yeah.
just like chill out. I'm like, this, let it take you. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally you took the words out of my mouth. Like this song is basically meditation for me.
Yeah.
Like it's just way up there in the clouds, and then it's like super chill with the instruments. So, and there's this cover of London Grammar, not this one. There's one that a band called Carnival does, and he really likes that version.
Yeah, one
And
of
it's
my
kind of
favorite
different.
bands, and they're a progressive metal band. So this
Yeah.
is
Oh,
like,
nice.
So imagine
It's very
progressive metal
different.
covering this, like super interesting.
And I have a London Grammar drum and bass remix that is
Ooh.
one of my favorite tunes to come out of like the last 5 years ever, and it's so gorgeous, just gorgeous. And that's actually how I got turned on to them. So
That's
oh,
As long as
amazing.
you get turned on.
yeah, absolutely. That's what it's all about here in the P6 Live Media Studio. The studio sessions. We're just here to get turned on, and I hope you guys are getting turned on. I see a bunch of you lurking, and I'm not going to start naming names because there's a long list. But get in the chat. Let us know what you think and interact, because we have the chat screen right there, and there's one in the isolation booth as well.
Isolated.
He's isolated because the running joke here is that we keep the door locked in the isolation booth because we don't want the drummer running away with the drums. So there we go. I was waiting for a rim shot. You are the first one to do that, and I was just so hoping the corny ass
rim
joke
shot.
is gonna get a rim shot, and got the rim shot. All right, you win the prize, and the prize is you get to go home. Okay, so what's up
All
next?
my limbs intact.
All your limbs intact. Hey, I might be Italian, but don't. I'm not part of that kind of Italian.
Are
where
you?
we
I
break
didn't know
limbs.
you were Italian.
Yeah, I got
You'll
my
start the
parents are. I
Indo-Italian
was born here.
jokes like 2 hours into it, though.
All right, let's move on to the next tune. What do we got coming up? What do you think?
I think we're ready for an original. What do you think? Yeah?
Okay.
Let's do it. Okay.
All right.
So this song's called When I'm With You. And actually the song has been on quite a journey. Like this version of it is quite new, but it's been played in many different versions for like over 2 years.
Yeah?
So, yeah.
What version are we getting tonight?
What
The
was
latest version.
What was the older name of the song, Chantal?
Oh my gosh. Do we have to go there?
Yeah,
It
let's
used to be called HMP, Not a Goodbye, and that stood for hopefully, maybe, probably. Let's not go into
All
There's a
kinds of
lot of-
history.
all
Sensitivities.
all kinds of history that
All
maybe 1.5 people in the world would understand. So,
Well,
um,
I trust you guys to take us on that journey, and maybe the history and all the ghosts of all versions past will come out through this version here.
Well, hopefully, maybe, possibly we can.
Hopefully, maybe, possibly. Well said.
probably has a hint of positivity in it. that it's
Chantal, I
gonna
see why you
happen.
brought him tonight. He's like, he knows exactly what to say. Perfect. All right, let's take it away.
Let's go. Where the sky meets the sea, there I'll race the waves to be with you. Oh, and I will be alive if I said I could ever stop be wondering what is. But when I am with you, it's easy breezy loving, and I know you'll always weather my storm.
Thank you. I love that one.
That was When I'm With You.
I love that one.
And the starting and the ending and the middle, it keeps changing. So
yeah, I don't think we've ever done it like that. I don't think we've ever done it that nicely before, honestly.
So we usually play it live, and then the audience comes in the
and
last
does
part,
the snap.
and we end it a cappella with snaps. So
I remember that from the handlebar sessions. I love that one. It's
I'm
so
a
nice.
sucker for 3-part harmonies and snaps. What can I say?
It was so beautiful. It's such a beautiful, and that's an original. And I feel like that version is the version that I've always heard. I mean, I heard it that at Woomage, and I heard that at Handlebar, and
so it's good that you say that. That means it sounds natural and good and organic.
It
but
does.
before the used to be ooze, and I was supposed to sing words, and I just realized I didn't sing those words this time. So,
well, that's good.
Yeah,
so
I'll sing it when I release the song, I guess.
Yeah, you pulled it off, and so when do you think you'll release that song?
I think this year for sure. I don't know when. Maybe in after the summer sometime.
Yeah.
You know, I need to get the band inside a studio and recorded and
Yeah,
stuff.
absolutely.
If only we had a
So-
space to do that.
Oh yeah, see, we came here today and
You can do it. You can record.
fine.
You can record stems in here, no problem. But like in terms of engineering and stuff, don't look at me. Like I can do live stuff. I'm not bad at that. But the other stuff is a little. Yeah, it's a little out of my league. Especially for tunes that are so beautiful
Thank
like
you.
that, because they deserve someone who can treat them with the kindness and care that they deserve. And Deep F Gray is loving this. Love the tune.
Deep F Gray.
Yeah.
Is it
that?
Deepa F. Gray? Is
Yeah,
it
Deepa F. Gray.
What's going on?
Deepa F Gray.
Do you know who that is?
Deepa F.
Maybe.
Gray.
Deep F. the Gray. Welcome, Deep F. the Gray, and everyone who is lurking right now. I see you.
Whoever they are, they're
Lurking,
snapping. So.
lurkers.
I see Academy.
Oh, Deepa!
There you go. There you go.
That smell.
Oh, the drummers are always getting the love. Like I don't know what's
Actually,
going on.
another rim
Actually,
shot.
that's not true. The drummers never get the love. So
Yeah.
it's
Exactly,
That
but
is
in
pretty
this
sad.
show, for some reason, they all get the love,
It's
and I'm
the
not
room.
saying
Is
for
it the
somebody. Yeah,
lighting? Is it
It's
the
all-
It's the room and the isolation. It adds to the whole
exactly. It's beautiful.
lonely
So
drummer persona.
there you go. And then I'm gonna start calling people out. Academy Impossible is watching. Another TVer is watching. FTOPAYR is watching. It's the Fritz is watching. It's I don't know, is watching. Capsis 06 lurks. Lily Tough is watching. And there's a whole bunch of people. So get in the chat. Let's figure this out. And Deepa F Gray is asking if you're single. What's going on there? You got an
Well,
answer to that?
Deepa, for you, I could be.
Oh wow! That's what it's all about here at the P6 Live Studio Sessions 12.
Keep the spam going, man.
We're
That's how
doing
you
Yeah,
get
love
there.
who
connections
needs
here.
Tinder
Spam
for
going.
musicians when you have a live stream gig from P6. right?
There you go. Perfect. Yeah, we're gonna be matching everyone, and then you guys can have your weddings or funerals here. I don't know.
Wow.
Whatever comes
This
first.
would
I have
be
no
a
idea.
Great place to have either a wedding or a funeral.
Absolutely, it's totally appropriate.
Yeah.
That's what everyone says. It's a great place for a funeral.
I think that is the future, maybe, you know, of
Yeah.
live events.
Yeah, the coffin can be where the keyboard is.
You put the keyboard on top of the
Wow.
coffin.
Put all the criers in the isolation drum room.
My keyboard
in their
case is
room.
actually so
Nobody
big
wants
you
to
can
hear
fit my corpse in it, like actually.
And and we got clamoring in the chat for the next tune, and this is where we get on to the ukulele.
Yeah.
This is where we're going. I'm gonna ask you all kinds of questions about how you guys came on the music and all that kind of stuff.
Oh,
but
sure.
let's get on to the next tune.
This tune actually came to me on a beach in Mexico when I was there in January.
I saw all the pictures.
And yeah, I really didn't want to come back, not gonna lie.
Yeah, well, I don't blame you because it's
I have no
still
comment to share about this entire trip.
all right. I'm gonna get it out of both of you.
Wait,
What,
why
all
would
the
you
comments.
have a comment on this trip? You're single, where we didn't go on any trip together.
Here we go. Here we go.
I wasn't even
We
sure.
Now-
actually did.
Now we're going in deep. All right. Let's
I got to Mexico and then came back, so
really.
yeah.
You just
Oh, yeah.
it wasn't your
It
style.
was
It wasn't-
literally a
it wasn't
movie should be
meant to be.
made on this.
It wasn't meant to be.
Really?
Ooh, thank you for following Rennie Zachariah.
Yeah, Rennie Zachariah. Thank you for
Bad
following.
gal.
Yeah. Okay, this is perfect. Okay, let's get on to this tune inspired by Mexico all the way in Toronto, and it's a warm day today, but it's probably the first warm day we've had in like a month.
I know.
It's
I was so
been-
surprised.
Horrible.
It reminds me actually of being on the beach, so it's great.
Except
this
for all the
tune-
salt and sludge and dog poo on the roads. But at the end of the day,
Well,
a little bit of Mexico is gracing the P6 Live media studio here tonight with Achanté and Rahul. Take
this
it away.
song is called Sayu Song, and it's after the little coastal town of Sayulita in Mexico where I was. So yeah, it's a little instrumental.
Rahul, are you on this one as well?
No, I am
No.
not.
Okay, I'm going to mute your
It's-
drums so we
I
don't
was
get the
just gonna
rattle.
ask you to
Yeah.
do that.
Yes.
All right.
Unless
Okay.
you want to hear some rattlesnakes in it, but
All right. Let's take it away.
Vámonos.
all right. Ooh.
Beautiful.
They have it. Saya
Beautiful.
song.
And so, what about Mexico inspired you to make that tune, and it being an instrumental?
Oh my gosh, do we have 2 hours?
Listen, I've been to many beaches and been like and beach experiences, because it's not just about going to a beach and hanging out and doing whatever.
Yeah.
It's about like integration with you know local people, and like, especially being a musician, you get to play music with people and hang out and have late nights with fun drinks, and there are bonfires going on and all that kind of stuff, and that's what that reminds me of. Is there a little bit of that in that tune?
There is all of that in it. It was actually probably my last day in Mexico, and on my last day I was going to the neighboring town for an open mic, obviously.
Nice. Did you bring a noisemaker with you?
Yeah.
So you brought a ukulele,
and
or used their keys, or what?
Yeah, I took the uke. I was like, I'll wing it as usual. But I was like, what should I play? And I was sitting on the beach, and I was like, you know what? I haven't written a song in a long time. I was like, maybe something will come to me, and it just came to me, like, literally. Sometimes I find like when I write my music, I don't even write it. Like, it just comes from somewhere else. It's like written already, and I channel it through my body.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was super nostalgic already, even though I was still there and I hadn't left. And that's why it
that
sounds
last
so
day hits you hard.
nostalgic, yeah. And I don't know, I was sitting there, it was so serene. There were like my favorite doggy friends, and there were the trees behind me, and the sunset was happening, and I was just like struck by how beautiful everything was, and how beautiful I felt, and how beautiful life was, and I was like, God, I need to make a tune, and it just happened. So.
And you brought that back to Toronto with you, which is nice.
I did. And I was like, every time I'm sad, I should sing this song.
Where in Mexico is this? Because I've been to Mexico. I haven't seen this place. So please do tell. Reveal the secret, because...
Well, it's called Sayulita, but I also don't want it to get famous, because the beauty of it is that it's not super crowded.
Yeah.
Well, actually it is, because it's super tiny, but...
Is it like a tiny island, or is it
No,
a
it's
peninsula?
like literally on the west coast, so it's like an hour from Puerto Vallarta, which is the biggest airport there. I mean, close to there.
But it's kind of like an
And
unkept secret.
Yeah,
It's not a resort area.
It used to be famous. It got closed off to tourists, and it opened up again. Like, it's very yoga, like surfing, but also raves kind of vibe.
Yeah. So it's not like a resort town.
Oh, absolutely. I hate going to resorts.
Yeah, that's what's always turned me off about
traveling.
Mexico,
Like,
right? Yeah.
You're not going to meet people and do crazy things and stumble onto adventures living in a resort, So, yeah, that's what I loved about the place. Everyone's so approachable, and it's not awkward to just go up to people and have a conversation and just join them when their plans.
And I want to welcome into the chat, Reniza says hello, and then Deepa F. Gray is loving it, wants more music, and so Rahul, what didn't you like about Mexico? What's going on there? Or is this a long story? Is it
is a very long story, but I didn't get to go on the trip, so I had to come back, unfortunately. That's the part I didn't like.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, that's too bad.
But that's okay. We got some good music out of it. You have one more song that you wrote there also, right?
I did. I'm going to play that later. Don't rush me.
I'm just asking. I'm just checking.
So Achanté, Chantel.
You can call me Achanté.
Achanté, of course. And welcome, first time chat, Lucille Miranda. Welcome to you.
Hey, Lucy.
Yeah, she says she loves you, loves the music, as we all do. But you touched on something super important. And if you were a musician and you go traveling around the world, always bring a noisemaker with you. I have this tiny little travel electric guitar. It's like this big. It's
I've seen
really
the
cool.
first time I met my first friend I met in Sayulita. He was playing one of those on the beach, and I was like, "Is that a guitar? Is that a ukulele? How is it amped? Like, I don't understand." But it's beautiful.
You just bring this tiny little preamp with it, and you put it into a Bluetooth, and you can actually it's kind of a cool thing. But the reason I always advocate for that, if you're a musician, always take a noisemaker with you. I don't care if you're a drummer, bring a little, I don't know, bongo or
If you're a
some
drummer,
sort.
everything is a noisemaker.
Everything's a noisemaker, of course. If you play a stringed instrument, bring something along those lines, because music is an international language, and you basically get to, even if nobody speaks your language or you can't communicate that way, you can always communicate through music, and it allows you to bypass all the touristic nonsense that a lot of travelers have to go through that keep them separate from local populations.
Yeah.
As soon as you start playing
Barrier
music,
breaker.
as soon as you start playing music, you're basically one of the tribe. So it's definitely something we all advocate here. Welcome to the P6 Live Studio Sessions 12 with Achanté and Rahul. And we appreciate everyone for tuning in. And I see you all. I see all of you in the chat and lurking. So get in the chat. Let us know what you think. And let's get on, as Deep AF Gray says, wants more music. So let's get on to the next tune.
I think it's Deep AF Gray now that
Deep-
I look at it.
Deep as fuck, Gray?
Deep as fuck Gray.
Okay.
My Gray is deep as
All
fuck.
right. Deep. Well,
It's one of the 50 shades, guys.
There you
Like,
go.
You need to know the shades. of
shade
gray.
number
Come on.
37. So deep AF Gray, you can correct us on that if we're wrong with the pronunciation. Well,
Good
all we
vibes.
see is good vibes. All right, we get it. You want to maintain some mystery there. We get it. We understand. And we got it. You all got it. What did we get? Because we were guessing a bunch of different
we
things.
decoded it. It's one of
Deep
the
as fuck
shades.
gray. Okay, deep as fuck gray. All right. Okay, shade 37. All right, let's move on to the next tune. What do you think?
Yeah.
All right,
I'm
lovely.
gonna do a Billie Eilish tune that I like to do whenever I go to Airbnbs and I'm chilling in nature.
Perfect.
Since
The
we're talking about nature so much.
The first Billie Eilish tune that's being played in the studio. That's awesome.
Oh, ever? Cool.
Yeah, ever. Yeah. Rahul, are
pressure.
you on this one? Nope. Okay, so I'll keep your drums muted so we don't get the rick and rattle. And all right, let's take it away.
All right. Don't be that way. Fall apart twice a day. I just wish you could see what you say. Show, never tell, but I know you too well. Only you know the way that I read. If teardrops could be bottled, there'd be swimming pools filled by models. Till the time trace is what makes you a whore. If I loved you was a promise, would you break it? If you're honest, tell the mirror what you know she's heard before. I don't wanna be you anymore. Ooh, hands getting cold, losing feeling, getting old. Were we made from a perfect mold? I've never been. We made every mistake. Only you know the way that I break. If what makes you. If I loved you was a promise, would you break it? If you're honest, tell the mirror what you know she's heard before. I don't wanna be you. I don't wanna be you. I don't wanna be you anymore.
Total tears. Total tears.
I don't think I opened my eyes once.
Yeah,
that song.
you can tell you're in the
I was
zone.
like in it.
Yeah, you get into that
win it.
flow state. Lucille's
It's a
loving
good
it.
sequence to go into Ocean
Thank
as.
you.
Good sequence to go into Ocean as. Sequence? No. Segue. Sorry.
Segue. We got a programming director over here in the isolation view. Oh, check that out. We got
Okay.
Deep. It basically says, "Love you, Achanté." You got #1 fan. You're making Deep cry as well. Living up to the name there, Deep. You're Deep AF. And Lucille's obviously loving it, giving the claps and the little doggy emojis. Is that a French bulldog? I got a French bulldog at home. He's,
Do you?
yeah.
What's his name?
His name's Mervin. Merv the Perv. Mervy the Pervy. Yeah, because he's a big
Does
love
he try
slut.
to do everything?
He he's the best. And typically I'd bring him into the studio, but sometimes it gets a little loud in here. You know, you wanna have puppies have some reprieve. And I love this. Rahul's over here. He's like, let me just move the camera a little bit. Hold on.
Killin'.
There we go. Yeah, no, you're on cam now. You're on cam when I'm on cam. Look at me, I'm the captain now. Yeah, so now that we're a few songs deep, I want to ask. Yeah, few songs deep AF. There you go. I want to ask both of you, and Rahul, you just got off the mic, so that's okay. You can yell; people will be able to hear you. How did you guys get so proficient in music, and also proficient to the point where you can sit on a beach and just beautifully make these lush, deep tunes?
I mean, I can answer for myself.
Okay,
Rahul
let's start with you.
Can also. Wow. Where do I start? I should mention that till this January, I didn't even tell people like I play the ukulele as an instrument. It's just like, oh yeah, it's a fun side thing, but I do travel a lot and you can't really carry around a piano, and most people don't have a piano. So the uke is really easy and versatile to carry around. And it was actually my stepping stone to, like, I've always wanted to learn to play the guitar, but I was super intimidated. And then for my 21st birthday, I believe it was, my brother bought me a uke 2 days before my first solo trip. And that was New York, and I would walk around, get lost. Every time I got lost, I would sit down and try and figure it out, and that's how I figured out the ukulele.
You just figured out just like that. It takes it takes the rest of us like 20 years to figure it out, and you're just well, I figured it out in an alleyway in New York while I'm sipping like a Starbucks. No problem. Ain't no thing.
Well, I would still say like every chord in the Sayu song, all of these chords, I have no idea what they are, guys. They're just chords. I play them, I figured them out, and I don't know what they are. So, you know.
Like a true musical genius. Okay, settle down there. All right. Settle down, Einstein of music.
My theory is 0 for the ukulele, any stringed instrument. But as long as it sounds beautiful, like that's what I'm looking for. So
Yeah, and I suspect most people who have picked up the guitar or any stringed instrument, they start out that way as well.
Yeah.
But the fact,
And it's easier to pick up once you know another instrument, which is the piano.
for sure, because
So-
then you can figure out the notes and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, to pick it up and then just start immediately writing tunes on it is that's just another level, right? And to feel confident enough to sing on top of it, it's incredible.
Thank you. I've been singing pretty much my whole life. Like
How
since
did
I
that
was
start?
3.
How did that
maybe?
start?
Well, I come from a place called Bandra in Bombay, in India. And I'm not going to get into the whole thing, but Bandra is full of talent and full of competition. So I grew up like on the stage, pretty much. And
Is that something that you wanted to do, or is that something that your parents?
I
kind of
mean,
like,
when you're 3, you don't really want to compete on stage. It's your parents.
you just want to please your parents.
Yeah, but honestly, I think maybe even at 3 years old, I like the stage. Like, I think so. Yeah, I love the spotlight and everything. But, yeah, as soon as I could talk, I started singing. And, yeah, I sang my whole life. I started piano at 8. I did classical music. I did all the exams, Trinity Guildhall, London School of Music, all of that.
Jeez.
But then
So you basically had no childhood.
Yeah.
You had zero childhood.
Well, I had lots of childhood. I was just very I had it in for my parents. It was always like a tug of war of like practice the piano. No,
Yeah.
I want to go down and play, like, you know. So, but
Do you have any
honestly,
brothers and sisters that
I have
were
an elder brother, yeah.
and was he pushed towards that vocation, I guess?
Not really. I mean, they started us on violin lessons, and both of us were just like, heck no. It's so hard to play the violin.
Right.
But I guess I just really had an affinity, and they could see that, and my piano teacher could see that, and everyone could see it. And it's just that thing where kids are just like, I hate consistency, and adults are like, that's the only way that you will get to a thing.
Right.
So I'm super thankful that they made me practice, because for any instrumentalist or musician, once you get over the hump of practicing and a certain level of technique, then everything gets easier, right?
Yeah,
So,
for sure. And is music something that was present in your household, or are your
oh
parents
yeah,
into music?
Yeah.
Were they
Everywhere, all the
singers, or?
time. So I'm Indian Catholic, and this is
Same as Kevin Fernando. I was making fun of
Yeah,
him because
I
it's
met
like
him.
his name's Anthony, like a good Catholic boy, and I'm just like,
No, but
what?
it's a thing. Like
Yeah.
it's such a stereotype and kind of profiling, but if you meet a Catholic Indian, chances are they're into music. Like,
Yeah.
it's a thing. Music or dancing, singing, playing something or the other. So my whole family was, my mom used to play the piano. We were all in choirs and stuff. My dad plays the guitar.
Okay. So you had a
so-
pretty good immersive environment.
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
It's like me and my family. Like I had nobody in my family plays any instrument whatsoever, and I have no idea why or how I've picked up instruments and became somewhat musically proficient. I have no idea how that came out. And
Probably your grandparents skipped a generation.
So Rahul's behind me, and like he just got into the chat. Like, how does that work? Like, you are literally on camera, but I appreciate you following. I appreciate it. And
Oh, fun interjection. We actually played in college in a band together. That's how we, like, literally
that's
the
how you
year
met?
we met. Yeah. Like 10
And-
years ago or something.
I'm gonna wait till Rahul gets back on the mic before I ask him about his musical background. But you guys work extremely well together. It's quite obvious, and I'll
you.
get into that a little bit later. But it goes to my theory what you said. Like if you're in an immersive environment, musical environment, with your parents and your family always just kind of going through that, it becomes like a natural extension, a natural language for you. So it's really, really nice to see how it manifests later on and in such musical beauty. And I want to go to DBF Gray. Says Bandra sounds like a dope place, if I'm being honest.
It is.
Is
It's
it?
kind of like Kensington Market.
No way.
Kinda.
But let
But-
we're not talking about Bandra East.
There's this weird phenomenon in Bombay of like the west of something being like cooler than the east part of the city. Like,
Really? It's
a
kind of like
thing.
that way in Toronto as well. Like
I guess so.
the
I
east
guess
is kind
so.
of like the place where people try to like leave the west if they're getting tired of it, and then it turns into kind of a
Yeah.
boring place. But I don't know. We'll test that theory another time. What
Well,
do we got?
live in the east right now on the Danforth, like in Greektown.
Oh.
I love it. I mean, it's not as far east as Scarborough, but it's still the east. So
Well, you know what? The Danforth is not that bad. But take me to Cabbagetown? No way. I refuse. No, I'm just kidding. Anyone who's watching or watching even the post show, and if you're from Cabbagetown, I mean no malice. We're here. It's all love in the P6 Live Media Studio for Studio Sessions 12 with Achanté. And what do we got coming up next?
hello, can we have Rara back in the?
Wow, he just left, and you're just like putting him back
you
to
thought you were
work.
getting a break, huh?
Yeah, that doesn't happen here. Doesn't happen here.
They're gonna make you work for your.
I know. Gotta
for your
crack that
beer
whip.
and your free shot.
Free shots. Crack the whip. Hey, you don't have a beer with you. You should have grabbed a beer on the way in. Should have figured that one out. Okay. Yeah, no, we can do that now if you need to take a little bit of a break, or
yeah,
okay, or whatever you want to do. Okay, we're gonna do one more song and then we're gonna have a little tinkle break.
Nature call.
A little nature calls break. We indulged just a little too much. Oh, I hear what's coming up.
What do you think is coming up? Guess.
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 Okay, because I would have to sing. It's obviously Alicia Keys, and because I just heard the two chords, right? Is that yes? Is that a yes?
That would be affirmative, but I usually play another Alicia Keys song that the whole world has heard me play. So I thought I'd do another Alicia Keys song because come on.
Do all the Alicia Keys song you want because like I love those and they haven't graced the studio walls yet. So you would be the first.
I'm getting all the firsts done in this one session.
Exactly. This studio is being de-virginized consistently all throughout tonight. Welcome to the P6 Live Media Studio Sessions 12 with Achanté and Rahul. I really appreciate it, and thank you for following Nikki D007. Get in the chat, say what's up. They can see it in the screen behind me right here, and they love everything you say. And Nikki's saying fire. Okay,
Fire.
But let's get on to Alicia. So I'm gonna take Rahul off banning here. There we go. We got some.
My mom once told me to hold in the P and it'll make me sing better. I hope that's the case.
Well,
Woo!
we'll soon find out, and I will take. We'll check for a big pool underneath.
Oh God, ew.
I know. Ew. It's okay. All right, let's take it away.
I keep on falling in and out of love with you. Sometimes I love you, sometimes I feel blue, sometimes I feel good, at times I feel you. Loving you, darling, makes me so confused. I keep on falling in and out of love with you. I never loved someone way that I love you. Never felt this way. How do you give me so much pleasure? Make me so much pain. Yeah. Just when I think letting go but a fool, I stop falling back in love with you. I keep on falling in and out of What do you think? Did I sing better because I held in my pee?
Fantastic. Okay, you're banned from going to pee.
Okay, I'm running.
Okay.
It's time to let the pee fall.
Yeah. So it's just me and you, Rahul, for the next few minutes.
I was thinking I would also, maybe just.
Denied. Request denied. We can only have one performer go pee at a time, but no, that's okay. So when she gets back, so this is probably an opportunity to ask you, because the first time I saw you guys were with the Augustas, and we actually had Bailey in here.
Yeah.
Bailey Jordan Neal, who said he was part of that group in the initial phase of it, and you guys all met in Kensington Market, just walking the street, right?
Yeah, at that corner.
Yeah. How did that work? How does that work? Where you just guys are walking up and down the street with your instruments?
Well, actually, a friend of ours, Aubrey, lives like right above that corner.
Okay.
And then like in the pandemic, he was at the time of like really just fed up of staying inside, playing music alone, just practicing or whatever. So he just said, let me just go downstairs, I'll take my amp, start playing. And people started responding, and then Bailey started joining him as well, and then other people started joining them, and it just kind of caught steam because everything else was shut for like months and months. So people were just kind of roaming the streets, and yeah, it just caught on, and that became like a very nice and extended family for us.
It's so good, and you guys gel very well together. And Bailey had nothing but beautiful things to say about you guys.
Same.
Yeah.
I saw Bailey recently, like randomly. I was just out at a bar, and he was doing like a live set next door.
Yeah.
Went out for a smoke at the same time, and I was like, wow.
He's a hard-working musician. Like, he's always around. Like, I'm
sure.
looking at the listings on any given night, and I see his name pop up constantly.
Yeah, for sure. Even when all venues were closed, like, you could still find Bailey just, like, practicing or, like, busking all the time, like, pretty much every day.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think he was on Studio Sessions 08. It's in the archives. You guys can watch that back in the P6 on the P6 channel, and you can look at all that. And watch that show, and he was fantastic when he came in here. And I want to send a big shout out going out to Lucille, who's loving it. Deep, of course, is also loving it. It's giving us all the hype. And Nikki is also loving it. I can't even see what these emojis are right now, but they look cool, I guess.
Nikki loves emojis and gifs.
Yes, that's right. And Deep is basically saying, "I'll be Deepa for you, Rahul." Listen, man, you got some fans. You got some big fans over there.
I don't think I want to go that deep, my friend.
Really? You don't want to exchange. Okay, Deepa, just give me your credentials in the DMs and I'll forward them on. How's that? You can do a little bit. There's a little function called Whisper on Twitch there. So just send a whisper over to the channel.
I got a DM telling me who Deep AF is, so now I'm like very not interested.
What? Wow, you're throwing shade on Deep AF right now? Why?
My biggest fan.
Well, yeah, I know. You can't punk people off like that. Look at that. You're getting a WTF. I think
it was a joke.
It's a joke. All right. And Achanté is back. Back. She's just checking her notes right now, and she's gonna get back on stage here.
That lets me take a break.
So, Rahul, are you on this next one, or?
I think I'm on a break for a few songs, Achanté.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
He's fired for trashing the biggest fan.
Yeah, that's right. You're basically put in the corner. We're putting you in the corner, Rahul. I know. Look, Lucille's will be like way harsh, Ty.
Oh no.
That was way harsh.
Lucille's angry also now. Damn.
Yeah, you're getting everyone riled up.
All right, fine. You know what? I'll just leave.
It's like, no. All right,
You see he's getting everyone rolled up.
Rolled up. Where's the rim shot when we need it? All right, let me put it. Rahul's coming back into the studio, and Achanté, of course, is back. This is awesome.
Okay.
Very cool. No, you can you're in. Rahul's like asking permission for things. What did I tell you, Rahul? Like the only rule in this place is
Just need to know about the recording.
don't ask, just do, take. And that's basically the bar rules in the P6 Live Media Studio. There's only one rule: do not ask me, just take. And we want everyone to have fun. And if you are watching live at home, have a drink going. We're gonna do a hydration check. Put your drinks up. It's almost Friday. It's Thursday. But Thursday is basically the prettier cousin of Friday. I like to think. What do you think?
Thursdays always feel like Fridays, and it's like, psych! It's not Friday. It's fine.
It's Friday light. Let's put it that way. So
Well, for everyone that is in like accounting and sales and stuff, today is like month end and quarter end. So I'm feeling like it's Friday.
there you go. Are you in accounting and sales? Is that what you're saying?
I am in tech sales, yes. In
Tech
a tech
sales.
company, and I do sales.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, it is very much related to the music, I think.
My manager is actually also kind of like moonlights as a musician, so it's like it's funny.
There you go.
Yeah.
Do you guys
But,
like
most people when I meet them for the first time, they're just like, "Oh, you're in content, you're in marketing," and then I say sales, and they're like, "Wait, what?"
do you bring your uke into the office?
I mean, so I got my job 2 days before the lockdown, so I never went. into
No
the office.
way.
I've never been. Yeah.
You're like
it's
a
funny.
ghost worker or something like that,
Yeah.
right? That's
I
crazy.
mean,
I heard a few
It's
similar
hilarious.
stories.
I'm so mad because I went for the interview, and literally one of the reasons I picked the company is because people are allowed to get their dogs into office, and I was like, I'm gonna be surrounded by dogs all day. What
Yep.
more could I want? And
Exactly.
then now it's like, nope, don't come into the office.
No office dogs. Ah, boo. See, when I was in an office, and I ran the office, so I was able to bring my dog in, regardless of whether people wanted it there or not. But
Yeah.
dogs are a blessing and sometimes a curse if they're
Perks
not a
of
really
being your
well-behaved
own
dog.
boss.
Yeah. That's how it works. Okay, so Rahul went to go tinkle. What do we got coming up next? What do you think?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a Daniel Caesar song because I love Daniel Caesar, and he's from Toronto.
Perfect. And in honor of Daniel Caesar, if you have the ability to make a Caesar, drink up.
Ooh, yes.
That would be kind of cool. It's not
Yes.
warm enough yet, but
I love bloody Caesars. It's one of those things people either hate them or they love them.
Yeah.
Like pineapples on pizza.
yeah, it's basically a good après kind of drink because it
Also
drinks like a
hangover
meal.
Cure.
Yeah,
Hangover cure.
absolutely.
Very good hangover cure.
So if you guys got drinks at home, put them up in the sky. Give it up for Achanté. Take it away.
Through drought and famine, natural disaster, my baby has been around. For me, kingdoms be falling, angels be calling. None of that could ever make me leave. Every time I get a bit inside, I feel it. You're all I need. Every time I get a bit inside, I feel it. Ooh, who would have thought I'd get you? Ooh, who would have thought I'd get you? And when we're making love, your cries, they can be heard from far and wide. Only the two of us. You're everything I need between when we're making love. Your cries, they can be heard from far and wide. Only the two of us. You're everything I need between those thighs. Every time I get a bit inside, I feel it. You're all I need. Every time I get a bit inside, I feel it, yeah. So send me your location and vibe, the vibration. I just need the time and place to come through. Send me your location and vibe, the vibration. I just need the time and place to come through. Send me your location and vibe, the vibration. I just need the time and place to come through. Send me your location and vibe, the vibration. I just need the time and place to. I just need the time and place to. But I thought I'd get you. Yeah, yeah. Oh, oh. But I thought I'd get you.
Wow.
I've never ad-libbed that much in that song. That was fun.
So that hold on, Daniel Caesar, is that what you said? Or-
Daniel Caesar, and then I snuck a little Khalid in there.
Oh
And I-
wow, that was so good.
Thank you.
You know what? The thing I love most about that is the dynamism in your voice. You have this thing where you sing softly but with like a punch. It's such a beautiful skill, I guess, a vocal skill. And for me, I can't sing. Like the one time I sung in public, a French girl basically said I sing like a shoe, but she said it in French, so I didn't understand. And then I figured out afterward I sing like shoe, which was accurate.
Like
I was
a
just like,
shoe. That's such an interesting analogy.
right? Only the French can deliver an insult with
I
such
know.
beauty and like analogous kind of like or metaphorical kind of energy. And I had
Yeah.
I sat there. I'm like, you know what? Damn, you're right. If there was,
I need to hear what a shoe sings
if
like
a
now. Are you gonna
shoe-
sing
yeah.
for us? Like,
So, in other words, I am extremely jealous, or not jealous. I'm very envious of in an appreciative way of folks that have such a masterful control over their voice, because there are actually only two musical instruments here. I'm going to hold two so that you know the number two. There are two musical instruments in the universe that cannot be recreated electronically. One is the voice. You cannot synthesize. I mean, you can do weird things that make them sound good, like the auto-tune and the Melodyne stuff.
yeah.
Can you guess what the other one is? Every other instrument in the universe can be recreated electronically except for the voice and this
I
other
don't
one.
know.
We'll leave it. We'll leave that one hanging, and maybe we'll answer it if anyone's in the chat.
Cliffhanger after the break.
If anyone's in the chat and can guess, think about it and get in the chat. Welcome to Right Tokenov, first time chat viewer coming in, and really appreciate you tuning in. That's awesome. And in the studio tonight, Tokenov. We have we have lots of people watching right now, and it's good.
Wow.
And such beauty.
Hello, all.
Absorbing the beauty, and
Namaste,
lots more
guten
people will be
tag.
watching the replay, I'm sure. You mentioned earlier that you have lots of fans in India. Where do they come from, other than India?
I
but
didn't
what
say
I
that.
mean,
I'm very humble. I never say things like that. No. but
come
it's-
on, you've got like you have thousands of followers, and and I'm sure, and I see a lot of them, even just in the promos leading up to this evening, we saw a lot of love coming from folks, and that is obviously, it's organic, and people love and follow your music. In terms of when I ask where that comes from, is there a large crowd of people who know your music from certain spots, certain places? Maybe you were talking about the competitive nature of where you grew up, and or even around this city. Where do you think a lot of that comes from?
So first of all, I moved here only 2.5 years ago. So I lived my whole life in that place, in Bandra, in Bombay, in India. And, I've been competing on stage since I was 3, and a lot of musicians I know were the same. Like, we literally know each other since we were kids.
Oh, you grew up together in the competitive
singing
circuit.
together, playing together, being in choirs together, playing, competing with instrument, voice, whatever. People's siblings, people's cousins, friends in school, so a lot of musicians I know actually, I probably know since I was a kid, which is crazy if you think about it. It's a privilege to know people as artists for that long and see everyone's journeys,
Yeah.
But when I was growing up, later in school and college and everything, obviously I traveled much more, met more people from other parts of the city, and I think it's similar to Toronto and probably any other big metropolis in the world, right? Like, the music and the art scene is so, it's so all-encompassing. Like, once you know a few people, it's easy to get to know the rest, and you go to events and you support artists, and that's how you meet other artists, and that's how they meet you, and
Yeah, you have a giant network, which is nice. And you say you moved here only a few years ago. What were the challenges in terms of coming into a new music scene? What were the biggest challenges that you faced coming into a scene? Because even just from a local perspective, I know a lot of locals, and they're just like, I don't know how to connect with people and get into the scene and get into the circuit and all that kind of stuff. How did you find coming into Toronto and breaking into the music scene here?
I won't lie, that was one of the biggest challenges of moving here, to be honest, because I completely took for granted the network of musicians I had back at home. First of all, I only started making original music in the pandemic.
Sorry, I'll bring that down. My bad.
So in Bombay, it was mostly me supporting other artists and me doing cover gigs and me doing, things for people, and that's how most people knew me. So it's easy to ask for favors. It's easy to just be like, oh, I need to record something, and someone's like, I'm a producer, we'll do it in my bedroom. Like, people, it's everyone's resourceful. Like, everyone has studios in their houses and can make stuff happen. And I never had to depend on other people and worry about it, whereas now I have song ideas and I'm like, I have no idea how to record this. I need to learn all the things. I need to meet other people that I can,
Which
collaborate
is
with.
Extremely difficult in a pandemic where you can't go out and network.
Exactly. And, well, I was lucky enough that I moved here 6 months before the pandemic. So technically I had a little bit of time to get to know the city, just, go around, not have a job for a bit. So that helped for sure. Also really helped that I ended up in Kensington Market. That was my first home in the city. And I didn't even know that Kensington Market was
a thing.
Kensington Market.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's a place. And people was like, wait, you live in Kensington Market? Like, how did that happen? And I was just like,
And right now it's an explosive creative hub right now, and more than it's ever been, to be honest.
That's actually where I met Aubrey, who's our lead guitarist in the Augustas, and
big shout out to Aubrey.
Big shout out to Aubrey and
one
Alfie.
of the most amazing guitarists I've ever seen. Like, just fantastic, and a great voice as well.
So
and a great
heart and a great butt, everything, all the things.
And a great butt. You hear that, Aubrey? You got
And Brandy, who is literally like the biggest part of the Augustas and the best butt ever. But we literally we call ourselves the Augustas because that that corner where they live. I don't know if you're familiar, but during the pandemic, they just kind of transformed that little corner into a space where people started playing, started busking. Like, you know, musicians would just come and plug in and play there like all day, and it's fine because, you know, social distancing, no one had to touch each other or whatever. So I'd never busked before in my life. It was really intimidating, but somehow Aubrey convinced me to do it. And we also met in the park, by the way. There was like a public piano. I was playing at the piano.
There's a public piano
Aubrey
in
was
Kensington
there.
Park?
Yeah.
No
there
way.
is. You'll see it when it's warm. Like, it's usually
Yeah,
covered
for
up.
sure. Because like I haven't frequented. Like, I remember the last time I was kind of in that park was when it was under construction because they completely rebuilt that park apparently.
Yeah. So I had a piano in my house. Again, think I took for granted, but I didn't have one anymore. And then some kind soul saved a piano that was supposed to be going into the landfill, and they kept it in the park. And
Completely out of tune, probably.
it was actually not that bad.
Not
it
bad?
Was, it was okay.
So some people came along and treated it well.
Yeah, it was, you know, kind of honky tonky, but it was all there.
Yeah, for sure.
So I was playing on that. Aubrey was playing Mumford and Sons. We started talking. That's how we met, basically. And we went to the Hideout, which was the first open mic I went to in the city.
Yeah, R.I.P. the Hideout.
R.I.P. the Hideout. It was a great
Poor-
spot, man. Like,
Amazing. It was
so
actually
sad.
like I loved going there on the Tuesday nights when they had their open
Yeah.
mics there. It's so
Well,
sad that it's gone.
gentrification.
It wasn't
Uh,
gentrification. It was the pandemic that was the final nail
Oh,
in the
was
coffin.
it?
Yeah.
I heard someone bought that whole block, and that's why.
Yeah,
Like-
just they bought the whole block,
Yeah.
but the venue now changed to like basically a bottle service nightclub. So
that
it's
is-
not
That is true.
it's not anything. Basically, the Hideout was relying on its Friday. Just because I went there a lot, they were relying a lot on their Friday and Saturday night 4 a.m. last call to get like the after bar crowd, and that place would be packed on the weekends, which afforded them the ability to do things like the open mics and like the more acoustic style band stuff during the week. And it was just kind of like you could tell it was such a big venue, and there was a fine balancing act. And sorry for everyone who's watching and listening, it's a little bit of a history, but it was a fine balancing act. You could tell it was one of those spaces that afforded bands and newcomers and all people who wanted to be creatively expressive a chance to get stage time during the week, and on the weekends they would feature a live band at the beginning of the night and then have a DJ go till 4 a.m. catching the drunken post 2 a.m. crowd. And you could tell that's where they would make the bulk of their income. And
Yeah.
of course, as soon as the pandemic hit, it's just like it was an excuse for a lot of the landowners and building owners across the city, including the initial P6 studio was a victim of that as well. Everyone was just kind of kicked out of spaces that the landowners wanted to conveniently kick people out of anyway. And it was kind of like a sad chapter in Toronto's creative history because so many spaces like that were lost and so many great stages. I mean, B-Side was shut down as well. I know they've tried to kind of reboot into the mix.
669.
The mix 669 now, and they're yeah.
Open mic.
But B-Side was the best in terms of like quality of talent rolling through. B-Side was incredible on a Wednesday night there, and actually that's where I first met Dan. Big shouts going out to Dan, the incredible soundman. He was doing sound design over there. Big shouts out to him. He's now doing it at Handlebar and Supermarket. And so stages in the city were already few and far between, and a bunch of them basically fell victim to the pandemic economics. But now we're kind of in a new golden era of creative energy in the
Crossing
city.
all the fingers and toes that I possess.
I've never seen so much because I paid attention to a lot of that in the years leading up to the pandemic, and it was just things were getting kind of stale in the city, like in terms of live music, and people were kind of taking it for granted, and everyone was just doing the club and bottle service nonsense, King Street West nonsense stuff. And really, like, that was kind of a sideshow. And then, like, the pandemic hit, and everyone, you heard it, you saw it on all social media, and everyone posting, I want to see live music. I'm sick of the DJ stuff. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of like just nonsense pop music just being played on my Spotify playlist. I want to see a live band, and that was a big request coming out of a lot of people during that time, because it's something that was kind of impossible to experience during the pandemic. And now couple that with having a down period where a lot of creative energy was being incubated during this period, and we are now seeing a bit of a renaissance in this city. And I hope people agree with
Amen
with that.
to that.
Yeah, and sorry for the TED Talk. I'm sorry about that, but I mean, this whole studio is part of the passion that we feel for live music in Toronto, and we love bringing through great talent and great live music and great bands through here, because we don't feel like they get enough love, especially on the smaller scale stuff. And that's why we're here, and that's why you guys are tuned in. I really appreciate it. Everyone tuning into P6 Live Studio Sessions 12 with Achanté and Rahul, and we are going on to the next tune. What do you got for us?
I'm gonna play you guys my second original called Serotonin Skies. I shouldn't say second. This is a song. This is my first single that's gonna come out. That's gonna be released. So literally, okay, insider information. I
You
finished.
guys, exclusive.
Exclusive.
Boom, boom.
I literally finished tracking the piano. I'm gonna go in next week and do the vocals and then do the other stuff after that. So I'm hoping in the next 1 or 2 months is when it's gonna be released.
Fantastic.
And yeah, that's gonna start the release of my EP, which is hopefully gonna be done this year. So
Excellent. And you guys
yeah.
are getting a sneak peek tonight. Wow.
Yeah.
We're blessed here. Hashtag bless, Rahul. Come on. Hashtag bless. There we go. There we go. We see it. Hashtag bless. Okay. Take it away.
So this is Serotonin Skies. This is the long, full-length original version. I'm going to be releasing a radio edit as well. But yeah, here goes. There was a time I dreamed about you. Though we were close, you were just out of reach. Now that we found our rhythms colliding, it just seems so wrong to be leaving this home. So we'll dance, you and I, under serotonin skies. In my mind we'll remain without reason or disguise. Take my hand, take my heart, take my breath when we will part. I will love you again like I loved you from the start. Take my hand, take my eye, take my breath when we will part. I will love you again like I loved you from the start. So we'll walk hand in hand without reason, without plans. We'll arrive safe and sound and always exist in our minds. Wish I could stay, wish I could die with just one moment more in time with your heart beat on mine and our fingers intertwined. Don't let me go. 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 And if you let me go, don't ever let me know.
Wow. Wow. Holy. Right,
Kinda hot
Tokenov
in
basically
here.
says more like psilocybin sky, which is similar to, I guess, serotonin.
I love you,
It's-
Kanav.
There we go. Wow. Very, very, yeah. You like just. I'm listening to this in my headphones, so I really get an intimate kind of feel for what's going on in the tune and just the dynamism. I'm not sure how you guys are watching at home, but a lot of people watch through their phones, and maybe some are watching through their computers or tablets. But if you have headphones on, especially for a night like tonight, you really get into the headspace and how it actually feels in the studio tonight. So if you do end up watching the replay, I do recommend putting your headphones on and just sitting back and loving and listening to the beauty that's coming out of the microphone and the keys, courtesy of Achanté. I really appreciate that tune, and you mentioned that's going to come out eventually
Very
on your
soon,
EP.
yes. That song is, it holds so much power and it takes away so much power and it gives me so much power. It just needs to get out there, like,
Yeah,
as soon as possible.
very, very.
So-
That's a beautiful way of putting it. It's a very powerful tune. You guys got any gigs coming up soon? I know you played Clinton's last weekend, and I heard that was fantastic. And I saw a bunch of the clips,
It
and
was.
that looked like a lot of fun. Do you guys have anything coming up?
Funnily enough, I haven't been like really looking for gigs. Like I'm literally just doing whatever is coming my way and people are contacting me, because I kind of feel like I want to focus on recording what I have up here and getting that done.
Nice.
And prioritizing that. But having said that, like, summer is coming soon, and I love doing gigs. I love being on the stage. So, I'm sure there's going to be a few that are coming my way. And I always put it up on my socials. So you guys, if you want to see me live, please follow me at ACHANTE Music on Instagram. I'm sure Rob will put that up for you.
I'm gonna pop it in there, and there's also a link, right?
Yes,
Link
I have links and stuff.
but
Right now,
Achanté Music, and that will get you everything there. And pop in
Thank
that.
you.
There you
Yeah.
go.
I will I'm not sure if I want to pursue getting gigs, but if they come my way, I'm gonna definitely do them and work on getting my original music recorded.
And there's a bunch of people watching right now, probably the most we've had all night. And I'm seeing a bunch of lurkers. And if any of you are in charge of venues and stuff like that, and I've said this in some Instagram posts in the past, book this band.
Book this. Oh, I thought you were gonna say book this.
No, you're allowed to say that. I'm not gonna say that. Absolutely not. But yeah, no, I've been very, very impressed with everything you guys have done. It's been incredible, and you can actually see some of their performances in the Instagram, in the P6 Instagram, P6 Live Instagram, from gigs past. And I was so inspired, and this is a weird story. This is a true story. I was so inspired by one of the tunes that you popped up. There was a Her tune. And I
Hard
noticed,
Place.
the Hard Place.
I can't do it without Aubrey, man. Aubrey needs to be there for that one.
See, that makes me sad, but I appreciate you holding that
It's
down.
just, a way to get us back in the studio.
Absolutely.
Like, we'll do another session with Aubrey.
But I was so inspired by that performance. I literally added a bass line to it because you guys didn't have a bass.
Oh yeah, he did.
You guys didn't have a bassist that night, and I was just like, wow. And I'm like, it just needs a little bit of bass, and I popped that in there. I tracked it underneath the actual tune. So I was sitting there at home,
That's
like with my bass,
crazy.
playing live with you guys along with the tune, and then like I popped
So
it.
you're a
in
multi-instrumentalist as well.
that's a generous term. I'm saying that like I felt inspired by how beautiful that performance was, that I popped a little bit of bass underneath just to round out it, and I posted that part to my Instagram, and it's just such a gorgeous tune.
Thank you. Yeah, it's one of my favorite songs.
Absolutely.
It's such a vibe.
I forgot how much I love that tune until you guys played it, so that's why it was so nice. So what do you guys got coming up next?
I think let's get Rahul back in the room.
Rahul, you're
What do
being
you think?
summoned.
Being summoned.
And there he goes. Look, he's doing the bow. The bow.
I hope I can see these lyrics. I'm really bad at lyrics usually.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, unless I've sung it like 1,000 million times.
Great.
But, I was super excited about tonight, actually. And I was like, I'm going to try some new songs that I haven't done before. Like songs that I know of course. But,
Perfect.
the lyrics. I don't know if you realized, but in some of the songs previously tonight, I just made up some shit. Like people, I don't know if you guys know.
And
But-
no, it's. I mean, at least from my perspective, I can't tell that you might be ad-libbing anything, but that just showcases how dynamic a performer you are. And are you guys taking requests even? Ish.
I mean,
Or you guys got a set list, right?
we'll see. Yeah, we have a set list. So
All right, so let's keep it to that then, because I'm sure there's a bunch more tunes in the queue, and let me see who's in the chat. What's going on? If you guys are in the chat, don't make me call you out. Or if you guys are watching right now and you have an account, come in and say hello to Achanté and Rahul. All right, let's take this tune away. Let me unmute Rahul. Take him off banishment. You can probably hear a bunch of extras in here. Okay, let me take off this mic here. Do you have your mic turned off?
Do I?
Yeah. Okay, so
I
now
think
it's
I
turned
do.
on, and then
Oh, you guys couldn't hear my comments before. Should have done that.
Talking all kinds of shit, right? That's okay. We love you still.
As a do.
All right. Okay, guys, take it away.
So this is a cover of Beyonce's Crazy in Love. I look and stare so deep in your eyes, touching you more and more every time. When you leave, I'm begging you not to go. Call your name 2-3 times in a row. Such a funny thing for me to try to explain. How I'm feeling, the pride is the one to blame. 'Cause I know I don't understand just Just how your love can do what no one else can. Got me looking so crazy right now. Your love's got me looking so crazy right now. Got me looking so crazy right now. Your touch got me looking so crazy right now. Kinda hoping you page me right now. You kiss, kinda hoping you page me right now. Looking so crazy in love. Got me looking so crazy in love. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. When I talk to my friend so quietly, who we think he is, what you done to me. Tennis shoes, and even need to buy a new dress. You ain't there, ain't nobody impressed. It's the way that I knew that you thought I knew. It's the beat when our hearts kiss when I'm with you. But I still don't understand just how you look and do what no one else can. Got me looking so crazy right now. Your love's got me looking so crazy right now. Got me looking so crazy right now. Your touch got me looking so crazy right now. Kinda hoping you save me right now. You kiss, kinda hoping you save me right now. Looking so crazy in love. Got me looking so crazy in love. 'Cause your feet got me good, so baby, you got me feeling like a fool. Got me sprung and I don't care who sees. Baby, you got me feeling like a fool. Got me sprung and I don't care who sees. Got me sprung and I don't care who sees. You got me, you got me, you got me. Ooh. Got me looking so crazy right now. Your love's got me looking so crazy right now. Your love got me looking so crazy right now. Your touch got me looking so crazy right now. Kinda hoping you praise me right now. Your kiss, kinda hoping you praise me right now. Looking so crazy in love. Got me looking so crazy in love. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa.
We've tried that
Alright.
song like 3 times or 4
Yeah, we
times
tried
this
3
week,
times.
and we have never ended it like at the same time.
Well,
until
that was
now.
close enough.
That was a Hail Mary.
That was close enough. Well, at least we're seeing a little bit behind the curtain here. So
Yeah.
that tune, why did you want to cover it like that? What compelled you to cover it like that?
I guess
Is someone
just
crazy
who
in
I
love?
am is not a good enough answer.
I'm sure you know, as you can see by now, I take popular music and I make it sad or sexy.
Yeah. A little bit of A and a little bit of column B.
I got 2 modes, sad and sexy.
Also, I might be crazy in love. I don't know.
Oh no.
Maybe.
I don't know.
There we go. If
I
whoever
don't
you're
tell.
crazy in love with, they better be in the chat right now. Better be watching online. They're probably
Deep
the
AF,
one.
let's go, Deep AF.
Yeah, I know. Deep AF. We got A10. We got FTOPAYR. We got It's the Fritz. We
Yeah.
got It's a Ma.
We need to get
got
Mask and Pow in here, though.
La Kaylee. Lucille Miranda lurks. Lily Tuff. And Violet's TV. And Right Token Off as well. We got a whole bunch of people in here. And I think they are
He
starstruck.
always makes the right token ofs.
Tokenovs. Oh, we're going back to the uke.
Oh, are we?
Bring back the uke.
We're bringing back the uke and going back in time.
Do you guys want to vamp for 2 minutes while I go tinkle a little bit?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, you guys chit chat back and forth.
Sure.
Take over. Feel free to talk all kinds of shit about me. It wouldn't be the first time. Welcome to the P6 Live Studio Sessions 12 with Achanté and Rahul. I'm gonna take a little a 30-second break, and you're gonna listen to them shoot the shit back and forth just for 1 second. This has never happened to me, but for some reason it's
You
happening
have
to me
never
right now.
had to go to the washroom?
I know.
both
I'm
would see
so
it for
excited.
you.
I know. I've never had to do. I've been able to hold it during the show, but for some reason tonight. I'm not. I think it's that weird shot we had earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the first time I've had a shot of Jack Daniels in like a decade.
I did think it would taste
Yeah,
better
for
than
real.
it did. It fucked me up.
Yeah, it
I'm
was
just,
pretty
like,
rank,
straight
to be
up,
honest.
Like, that was.
You know, like the whiskey of choice actually in the studio is Proper 12 because it was a big joke back in the day.
Proper 12.
Yeah, because we used to this used to be like a place where some of the boys used to get together and watch like an MMA show on the big
I don't
TV.
give a fuck who used to watch
Yeah,
it.
yeah. We used to watch Conor McGregor and we would bring in his whiskey, right? So it was kind of like a running joke about this space to have Proper 12 whiskey.
Oh, and we are the Proper 12th episode of this series.
You are the Proper 12th episode, and we don't have any Proper 12. This is why I need an assistant, because they can remind me of these type of synergies that are supposed to happen here. But that being said, you guys banter back and forth for about 30 seconds, and I will be right back.
All right.
And, yeah.
So, Chantel, are you ready to talk shit about Rob?
Oh yeah. What's with these lights? Oh my god.
Don't do it.
I'm joking. Everything in here is perfect, by the way. Like this.
Yeah.
I wish you guys could actually I took like a BTS video of the whole studio before
We have quite a few videos.
we started the set.
But yeah, now that Rob is in the room, huge shout out to Rob. He has created an insane space here. I
amazing.
think he's still laughing. He can still hear us. Fuck.
Yeah, funny enough, so I met Rob, actually we both met Rob, when we did a gig at Lee's Palace in October. And Angelina asked us to do that gig as part of the Womage, a gig of women, by women, for women. Thank you, Angelina. So we met Rob, and we were just told, oh, someone's taking videos of the thing, and I didn't really have too much expectations. But then when I saw the footage, I was like, holy,
Yeah.
like this quality is insane. And
Yeah. We would never have known that we sounded that good unless we had Rob's videos, honestly.
yeah, and looked that good,
Mm-hmm.
because we did.
Yeah.
And then I met him at Handlebar, and basically he's been covering all the open mics in Toronto, and just doing the good work. And I think he's back. Thank God, you're
Oh.
saving me. I'm so bad at talking on the mic.
Our super pro mask friend, Mask Apav, is back.
Oh.
Mask Apav, welcome back.
Hello, Mask Apav.
And we got Churm
What's up, Mask
7.
Apav?
Yes. We got a
I'm
bunch.
literally imagining a pow with a mask on it now. It's funny.
We got
It's like SpongeBob
we got a
with a
stack of
mask,
new
basically.
viewers. And going back to the trivia question, thanks for holding down the fort, guys, while I had to
Well,
run
you held
to
down
the little
something
boys'
else.
room.
That's not
Yeah. And going back to the trivia question earlier, in terms of the only two instruments that
yes.
cannot be recreated
yeah.
My guess
electronically.
was theremin. I don't know, shooting in the dark.
Theremin can be easily recreated.
Oh yeah, it's quite.
So the
I
only
mean, whatever. I don't know.
the question going out there is the only two instruments that cannot be recreated electronically. One is the
The voice.
human voice, and I'm sure artificial intelligence is working on that one. And the other is, if people in the chat still haven't guessed, it's the guitar.
No,
The guitar cannot be recreated electronically
that's
in any type of authentic way. Think about it. Have you ever heard an electronic recreation of any kind of guitar sound? None. Doesn't work.
Huh?
Doesn't work.
Do you mean there are guitar patches, but you can't infuse the feeling?
Like the
of-
Spanish guitar-y kind of.
Never works. It sounds so inauthentic because I think it comes down to
It does sound different.
the bending of the strings,
Mhm.
things like string kiss, where just
Yeah.
just touching the string
That's
creates a
true.
like a
Yeah, like a
certain
really
noise.
nice Taylor or Martin. Like
Yeah.
if you're playing, somebody's playing an acoustic.
Yep.
you can't translate that in on like a amplifier or something.
Yeah, you
That's-
can't you
That's
can't do it like you can do it electrically, no problem. Not
Mhm.
electronically. Like you cannot infuse a guitar into a keyboard situation.
See, this differentiation between electrically and
Yeah.
electronically was a key part of the discussion.
Yes, so electronically is like synthesized
Yeah,
guitar sound.
Yeah.
You can
That's why I
synthesize.
was like, electric guitar though. Hold on. No.
You can synthesize and program drums.
Oh, you know what? While you were saying that, I suddenly understood what you meant with the intonations and stuff. Can you? Is this on?
Oh.
I'll. This just popped into my
Do a
head.
little
So-
demonstration.
So you can do that on a keyboard, but
Yeah.
like you can't do hammers and stuff. But yeah,
Hammers or bends or
it is very
slides
different.
or just even the sound of your fingers running across the strings, right? Like, and that's not
Mhm.
just happening on one hand; it's happening on both hands, and things like like just little,
Yeah.
all the little articulations and flourishes
Real
that
life
happen.
stuff is definitely
Good, I'm
way
glad.
better to play.
There's some things
Yeah.
that we can't give up to iRobot.
Exactly.
I'm playing on an actual drum set after like 6 months now of just playing on an electronic kit and loving it.
Yeah.
He used to have
Listen
a
to my
whole-
rim sound. Look at it.
Look at it.
I
It's
can
the little
I can
things,
only
people.
get this. Even if I do this, I still get.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
We actually, that's a brand new snare. We bought it like a few weeks ago. So
It is
you
quite a
are
nice one.
The Weather King.
you're doing the things.
Inauguration.
Doing the things. So what do we got coming up next?
So I'm throwing it back a little bit to.
To Mexico?
I guess it's one of those songs that so many people have sung, like even the greats. Who was the original composer of "Can't Help Falling in Love"? Was it UB? It wasn't UB40. Was it Elvis? No, it wasn't Elvis.
It wasn't Elvis.
It was I don't even know who it was.
But
Who
I liked
was it?
Elvis's.
I think it was Elvis, wasn't it?
I liked Elvis's version the best.
I feel
but
like
it
people
wasn't.
like Elvis were the biggest versions of songs, but there was like someone even before that
Yeah.
wrote it, and they were never, no one ever knew who they were.
Yeah, it's
Like
the
Elvis, when Elvis did like Hound Dog, everyone thought he wrote Hound
Yeah.
Dog, but it was actually a black woman, like
Yeah.
decades before that.
It
who-
was
who
like
wrote it.
Willie Dixon basically
Um,
created half of Led Zeppelin's catalog.
Mhm, Yeah,
Yeah.
adult me found out that all the artists that kid me loved, their music wasn't 100%
Yeah.
original.
What was her name? Now I really need to know her name. Can we Google it? Sister Murray Thorpe or something, who wrote Hound Dog.
Chat, help us out.
Chat. Google this. Who was the original?
I'm on it.
Right to
Okay.
Kanav, right to us.
Also, the original composer of Can't Help Falling Enough. That would help. Because that's what I'm playing.
Sister Rosetta Tharpe.
Sister Rosetta Tharpe. I said Mary Tharpe. I was close.
Very close.
Maybe a sister.
We here. Welcome to the P6 Googling services. And Mascapav says that whiskey shot did more good than bad. Got to give it more credit, guys. You know what? You're not wrong. You are not wrong. And but I'm not having another one. Absolutely not. That thing just destroyed all the follicles in my throat, and I will be in pain tomorrow because of it. But it's all been worth it. Here for Studio Sessions 12 with Achanté and Rahul, giving us all their love tonight. All their love. Giving all my love.
Oh, there he
to
is. The
you.
shoe was singing.
Yeah, the shoe. Wait till the next shoe drops.
The Shoe Symphony.
Yeah, for those of you who missed it, and a moderately attractive French girl said I sung like a shoe in French, which is an insult that can only be delivered in French, and I really appreciated it just for that. And I was telling the story earlier about that, so I hope you guys appreciate what that reference is about. So let's do a little bit of a throwback. Let's do it. All right, let me get off this stupid mic. No one wants to hear me.
Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Shall I stay? Would it be a sin? But I can't help falling in love with you. Like a river flows purely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things were meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you. Like a river flows surely to the sea, woo, darling, so it goes. Some things were meant to be. So won't you just take my hand, take my whole life too, 'cause I can't help falling in love with you, for I can't help falling in love with you.
Wow. I was slow dancing with myself on that one.
In a
That was-
burning room?
In a
this room?
burning room. Are we gonna play that one?
Segway next
Yeah.
song.
Yeah.
That would have been so smooth if we were gonna play that.
Listen, if John Mayer isn't played, it's not. It doesn't count, right? No. Wow, that was gorgeous. You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of that Hawaiian version of what's that
Somewhere
song?
over the rainbow.
Yeah, very much. It's that whole little that beach vibe thing, and
Yeah.
then we had accompanying vocals by
I
Rahul.
also made this version of this song in Mexico. Obviously, you can hear it.
Yeah, I can see the palm trees swaying and the waves lapping and
Flamenco.
Yeah.
it's beautiful. It's very Mexico clearly had a nice impact on you. And
Oh, for sure. I fully considered moving there. I still am.
Yeah?
In some part of my brain.
yeah, well, yeah, you take a little piece of it with you, right? And you hang
Yeah.
on to it. And Mascapav said it gave them goosebumps. Whoa, that was mad.
Thank you.
Yeah. And it does. That did give me goosebumps, especially if you're listening to it in headphones, as this deserves beautiful audio coming into your ears. But you guys can always watch the replay and listen to it properly. And of course, this archive is going to be up in perpetuity on twitch.tv/p6live, which you guys can watch and enjoy forever.
I will live forever.
I will live
in
forever.
the
And obviously,
archives.
we're gonna probably
Wow.
clip everything
Intro
out
way
as
up
well.
sick.
Yeah, we're gonna clip everything out as well, and like all the beautiful tunes are gonna be available everywhere, everywhere,
Beautiful tunes and the beautiful dudes, dude.
everywhere.
I feel like I'm still in this vibe, so I'm gonna play another tune on the uke.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm actually feeling that as well. So I'm glad you're going down
Good
that road.
to hear. Are you guys feeling it as well?
Yeah, I
Yes?
think they
Yes?
are. Well, you're distributing goosebumps tonight, so
You get a goosebump.
we all get a
You
goosebump.
get a goosebump.
Bees for everyone. All right, let's do it.
All right. Hold me close and hold me fast. This magic spell you cast. This is la vie en rose. When you kiss me, heaven sighs, and though I close my eyes, I see la vie en rose. When you press me to your heart, I'm in a world apart, a world where roses bloom. And when you speak, angels sing from above. Everyday words seem to turn into love songs. Give your heart and soul to me, and life will always be la vie en rose. Kiss me beneath milky twilight, lead upon the hanging tide. Swing, swing, swing that spinning step. You wear those shoes and I will wear that dress. Oh, kiss me beneath the milky twilight, lead me out on the moonlit floor. Lift your open hand, strike out the band and make the fireflies dance. Silver moon sparkling, so kiss me. Kiss me down by the broken treehouse, lightly upon its hanging tide. Bring your flowered hat. We'll walk the veil down on your father's map. Oh, kiss me beneath the milky twilight. Lead me out on the moonlit floor. Lift your open hand, strike out the band and make the fireflies dance. Silver moon sparkling, so kiss me. La la la, la la la, la la la. So kiss me. La la la, la la la. La la la, so kiss me. La la la, la la la, la la la, so kiss me.
What a cool medley.
We
that
just
was.
jammed. He's never played on that
Yeah,
song before.
that was totally cool. I was like, I heard the chords going for that tune, and
Yeah,
I was
I saw
just
your
like,
head
ah,
bobbing."
I know what's coming in here. I'm just like, is she gonna go there? She's gonna go there. That was so cool. That was super cool. And that is that the first time playing that one out?
First
Like
time for
with
me,
him?
not for her.
No, I mean, in a live environment.
Oh, live, yes. I've played it like for friends and stuff, but I haven't played it live, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was feeling the jammy like living room vibe, so I was just like, let's go for it.
Yeah, for sure. That was so cool, especially with, like the drums coming in after. I had to like unmute you at the right time because I was just like, okay, how's it gonna sound if I unmute
Yeah, I
at
was
this
looking
point?
at her and I was like, oh, what do I do? Do I play her? And she was like, sure, I guess.
I heard the tubs being slapped. I'm just like, 3, 2, 1. Okay, go. Nice. So what do we got? Ooh, we're going back to tinkling the ivories, eh?
Tinkly. So I'm gonna do a song, and I don't know if I kind of want Rahul on it, but we haven't jammed before. You guys, do you want Rahul on this song?
Fuck it, let's do
Let us know.
Rahul's getting all the love tonight, so I'm gonna assume yes. I'm not gonna wait for the chat to chime in on this one.
Chat loves me.
Yeah, because we're getting all
Cool.
kinds of.
Chat loves me.
Everyone's
flowery
sliding into the
goodness.
DMs here for Rahul,
Mm-hmm.
and you're getting all that love.
Catfishes, come to me.
Yes, that's right. Like desperate housewives in your area. They're close to you right now.
Ooh, this is a song I haven't done live before. I haven't even really done it for me or with him. You know what? This song is Use Somebody, Kings of Leon. I
No
love
way.
Kings of Leon.
No,
I love them too.
Yeah.
that's a pretty heavy drum and bassy vibe going.
Well, you know, sad or sexy.
Sad or
that's the
sexy.
vibe.
And this is actually the second Kings of Leon tune that we're gonna hear in here in the studio. So this is a treat because I love Kings of Leon. I think they don't get enough love, and I'm gonna sit back and just enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's.
I'm just
take it.
gonna wing it. Chat, don't hate me.
Well, your chats. You look at that solo rara coming up, right? That's what they're asking for. You want to do like a fast like John Bonham drum solo situation?
No, I don't.
Okay, all right.
Maybe in Only Girl, you can do that.
Huh?
We'll see.
All right. It's all in the queue. Let's take it away. Kings of Leon by Achanté and Rahul.
Have to figure out what vibe I'm going for. You got it. Oh, oh, I've been roaming around, always looking down at all I see. Painted faces fill the places I can't reach. You know that I could use somebody, yeah. You know that I could use somebody, yeah. Someone like you and all you know and how you speak. Countless lovers under cover of the street, yeah. I hope it's gonna make you notice. You know that I could use somebody, yeah. Someone like me, whoa, whoa. Someone like me, whoa, whoa. Someone like me, whoa, whoa. Someone like me. Off in the night while living up, I'm off to sleep. Waging wars to shave the poor, it's on the street, yeah. I hope it's gonna make you notice, yeah. I hope it's gonna make you notice, yeah. Someone like me, whoa, whoa.
fantastic.
Good job. We pulled that off.
So cool.
Okay.
So cool.
Literally had no idea what was going on the entire time.
Oh, you did fantastic though.
Yeah.
You did fantastic. And
that was about, I like
Mascapav was probably loving that as well because you got a little bit of like some rolling soloing stuff in there. It's awesome. Next up, Knocked Up by Kings of Leon. If you guys can pull that one off, I love. That's my favorite Kings of Leon tune. I always request it every time, anytime someone
Really?
plays Kings of Leon in here. But I don't expect you guys to pull that one
not
off.
think I've-
It's a very guitar heavy tune, to be honest.
It is. We need Aubrey.
Aubrey, APB going out
Aubrey,
for
what you
Aubrey. Get
doing,
in here. Get in here. We gotta
Come on, we're
put.
playing over here. Come on.
Come on, we're playing over here. We gotta put out the Aubrey bat signal.
Oh, yeah. I wonder what the signal would be.
So many options.
We'll let Aubrey figure that one out. And for those of you guys tuning in, we are here with Achanté and Rahul, and they are part of also the Augustas who play off and out. And I'm going to actually post your link tree in there again so that people can follow that. I'm going to pop that in the chat right now. There we go. And make
Thank
sure
you,
you
thank you
follow
for
all
your
the
time.
socials and stuff. It's Achanté Music. If you just search Achanté Music, you're going to pull up all the things, and you can, for the Rahul lovers out there, you can find him at Rah Rah Black Sheep on Instagram, which is a very
Slide
apt
into
name.
his DMs.
Hashtag
Slip
plug
right in there.
hashtag blast.
Just get that DM, lube it up, and slip it right in.
Who's coming deep AF?
Deep AF into the Rahul DMs. That's awesome. And are we going with some more sexy
I
/
have
sad?
3 more songs.
Yes.
One is sad, one is sexy, and the last one is both.
Nice. We're rounding
I
all the
didn't plan
bases
that
here.
like
We're
that.
hitting all the marks here in the P6 Live Media Studio.
I think
for
like
Studio Sessions
12% of this whole thing has been planned.
Well, it's Studio Sessions 12, so
12%,
12%, right?
yeah.
12%. We need proper
And
12.
then after this, we're only going to drink alcohol with 12%.
That's
alcohol.
it. That's it. So send them all our way here.
You got any proper 12 in that?
A little bit of proper 12. Yeah, wet the whistle a little bit. I had a Scottish band
You
in
guys
here
need
and
to have
an
a
Irish band.
spin-off like impressions podcast. Like
Hey, I'm down. Are you down, Rahul?
I'm down.
All right, let's do it. Okay, that one's in the
Okay.
queue. We're all the ideas are flying fast
Again,
and furious
another
here.
thing that Aubrey would be fucking amazing at.
Well, it's gonna be you guys are definitely coming back, and you will probably bring Aubrey
Yes,
with you.
sir.
And that would be a treat and a joy, and then we would get to hit. It's going to be basically 2 hours of John Mayer at that point, right? Is that what it's going to be? Like
Yeah,
that's what I
John
feel.
Mayer,
Honestly,
Mumford and
if there's a
Sons.
And Mumford and
guitar around with the two of us, like we don't need to practice, we don't need to do anything. We can just go on for like 6 hours.
Yeah.
Somebody plays one song once.
We get some
everybody else
psilocybin
just...
in the house
Yeah.
and
I
keep
mean,
going.
Aubrey,
Parents
like
are gonna watch this shut.
I'm not going to blow up Aubrey's shit because like it's the guitar work is amazing and it's always appreciated, and I'm always blown away every time I see that live. So I'm gonna very much look forward to inviting you guys back, and in a more fulsome sense, or even if once your EP is ready, we are gonna
Yes.
launch it from here. What do you think?
Yes.
Yes.
Bass players
Yes.
watching this. Hit up Linktree Achanté Music.
We
There
need
you
a
go.
bass player. Hit us up.
I've actually got a few bass players
Oh,
in the
there we
queue
go.
that I can
There we
send
go.
your way.
There you go.
He did send us a few.
Yeah, that are familiar with the studio, and don't worry, we'll talk. We'll figure it out. Our people will call each other, and we'll figure it out, and all that kind of stuff. And
We'll
of
just
course,
be talking over there.
you guys are part of the P6 family right now, so you guys have a standing offer to always have access to this place anytime you need it, even in a pinch. If you guys need some stuff done, we got it figured out.
Mucho gracias.
Yeah,
That is
absolutely.
A very, very good call to have.
So what are we going? Are we going
So-
sexy or sad?
Oh, super sad. Get ready to
Okay.
cry your eyes out.
All right.
Also, before I forget, shout out to my mama. This is her outfit. I never fit into it. Now I do. I don't know how, but
I was gonna say it's
like-
got very Madonna vibes.
it's
Madonna.
probably like 20 years old. I took out the shoulder pads. And
I love it.
everything, But
I love it. I thought it's so sleek and cool, and like it's almost got like a speakeasy vibe and like a you know, a 1920s kind of like vibe going
But good,
on.
good move on the shoulder pads though, for sure.
I'm not too into shoulder pads, but you know, fashion circulate like it has a 20-year cycle, I think, or 10 years or something.
Well, I mean, the last time shoulder
But-
pads were big were like late 80s, I think. That's what I feel anyway. I don't know.
Oh,
I'm
God,
probably
they're
the only
going
one in
back
this
now.
place that was around back
Or
then.
like
So,
university professors forever.
or
Yeah,
university.
we're 90s babies.
There you go. I'm a 70s baby. Let's put it that way. Not too much in the 70s.
Well,
but 70s enough.
you're probably gonna know the song then because you're old.
I've got all the olds. I'm soaking up like I'm holding down the old
Like
fort.
this song is old. Like,
Yeah.
You know,
Okay. Well,
not disco. Like even before that.
all right. Let's figure this one out. Older than Elvis? Like that's not my vibe, but
Bonnie Raitt, my friend.
let's give him something to talk
Talk
about. Is
about-
that what we're doing?
Well,
a
that's
sad
not
version of
sad,
that?
is it? So it's a sad. It's
Oh,
a sadder one.
I know exactly what you're doing. I know exactly which song you're
Can you
doing.
tell me
You
which one you're doing so
do.
I can decide whether I should go pee or not?
It's
You
basic.
can go pee.
Yeah,
Okay,
You can
it's
go pee.
basic. Is this the? Oh,
It is,
we.
it
Oh,
is,
okay.
it
I'm not
is.
gonna spoil it for anyone. I was actually listening to this yesterday because there was another version that popped up online of this rendition of it, and
And that was the first time I played it live, and this is the second time.
yeah, and I remember coming over to you after you played that live. I remember making a comment about like, yes, I love that version of it. I love that version of it.
Doing it
And it's not just because I'm old, but it's for all the reasons of that it's a beautiful tune, and especially this version of it. Okay, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
let's start building it up. Yeah.
I'm gonna shut the
So
hell up.
coming up, a song from the year Rob was born in.
Yes, the year I was born. It's actually way later than the year I was born, but we'll figure that out. Okay, Achanté, take it away.
Turn down the lights, turn down the bed, turn down these voices inside my head. Lay down with me, tell me no lies, just hold me close. Don't patronize me. Don't patronize me. 'Cause I can't make you love me if you don't. You can't make your heart feel something it won't. Here in the dark, these final hours, never lay down my heart, and I feel the power, but you don't. No, you won't. 'Cause I can't make you love me if you don't. No, you won't. I'll close my eyes, then I won't see I'll do what's right. Just give me till then to give up this fight, and I will give up this fight, 'cause I can't make you love me if you don't. You can't make your heart feel something it won't. Here in the dark, these final hours, and I will lay down my heart, and I feel the power, but you don't. No, you won't. 'Cause I can't make you love me if you don't. No, you won't. Found love, darling. Found love, darling, yeah. Found love, darling, yeah. Found love, darling, yeah. Found love, darling, yeah. Love in the nick of time.
Jesus. Holy smokes.
There is some holy smokes in here.
Oh.
Ooh.
So, for the people who are watching, then they don't know the history of that tune. Obviously, it's a Bonnie Raitt tune, which is, if you listen to the original, it's just meh. I mean, Bonnie Raitt is a fantastic singer-songwriter and incredible musician, but the original version of that was just like, oh. But that version that you're playing there is the Bon Iver version. And
Yeah,
and-
bonbons and both the bonbons,
And
you know?
I was so blown away the first time I heard that. And in fact, the first time I actually heard that version of it, it was played by Mary Spender, who is a YouTube guitarist personality, and she played it on guitar and voice. And I was just like, wow, like, how did she figure that one out? And then the next song that came into the queue was the Bon Iver version after that. So that's how I found out
Yeah.
about that tune. It's such a fantastic version of it. And I was so stoked to see you play that version of it. I think that was at Bar Cathedral.
Yes.
Where you dropped that. I was like, holy shit.
Another open mic.
Yeah,
I
another
love
open mic.
mics in the city.
A very integral open mic in Toronto that happens every Monday night, and it is helmed by Mark Villamore. And
Yeah. And big
Mark, big shout out to Mark. Man.
big shout out
Yeah.
to Mark. Big shout out to
Augusta.
Sal and McKelly for getting me to go there.
yeah, and that he used to run the open mic at Hideout before that one was shut
Yes,
down. So
that's true. That's the first time I met him. On the night I met Aubrey,
yeah,
who took me to the hideout.
it's
Yeah.
one of the longest running open mics in Toronto. I think it's second only to the supermarket open night, or open mic night that happens at the Free Fall Sundays. That happens once a month right now, which might go back to a weekly. We don't know yet. But yeah, Mark Villamore is a staple in Toronto, and thanks, Rahul, for running in front of the camera. How dare you? Appreciate it.
Traipsing into the room.
Yeah, and so I'm so stoked that I got not only that version, but also I have it captured because that is a gem of tonight, I think, and not only for the fact that I love it, but it's just the way you performed it was spot on, so
Thank you.
fantastic, so well done. Okay, well you said we have
This is
2 more, and this one's supposed to be the
Second
sexy one,
last
and then the last one is sad and sexy. And this one we got Rahul back on the tubs. He's gonna be slapping the tubs for
actually
us.
the last one. He's just
Oh, he's just prepping?
warming up.
Okay,
yeah.
so I shouldn't unmute him yet. Hold on, let me unmute his mic at least so that he can banter back and
Be a
forth.
part of the conversation.
Be part of the conversation. All right, so we're going to the sexy one now, and I see you're rotating your neck, just trying to get into that vibe. Getting there.
Or I just have neck problems.
Or both.
Sitting in a
Why
chair
not
for too
both?
long. This is the newest original that I've written, also in Mexico, but yeah, the newest song that hopefully I'll record soon. I recently put a snippet of it on my Instagram, so if you guys heard it, I'm gonna play the whole version now.
And of course, our Instagram is instagram.com/Achanté Music. And that's all available in the link tree, which is in the chat right now. And okay, let's take it away.
I could have a
Alright.
10-year bias, but this is my favorite Ashanti original.
Oh,
yeah, this is his
wow.
favorite Ashanti
Okay.
song.
So we're expecting a lot with this one here.
No, I'm kidding. It's
Okay, I'm going to shut up and let you get on with it. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay. What just happened? I don't have a clue, but now we're kissing. This forbidden fruit of ours is ripe now for the picking. You shouldn't be with me, nor me with you. What are we thinking? But this should feel so good, and now we're tripping, 'cause I got a little crush on you. Kinda got a little crush on you. Kinda got a little crush on you. And it's getting kinda hard. Whoa. I never thought of you like this. Now you're all I can think of. Trying to fight it is as futile as even a rapper. Mind and body, skin all sweaty. We're fucking magnetic. But this shit has a shelf life now. You're leaving and I'm crushed 'cause I got a little crush on you. Kinda got a little crush on you. Kinda got a little crush on you. And it's getting kinda hard. Whoa. Hard. Whoa. Hard. Whoa. Kinda got a crush on you. Kinda got a little crush on you. Shit. That's how it ends. I never knew how to end it. That's how I'm ending.
That's awesome. It's so cool. And you hit the mark with the sexy promise. Very sexy. So, who is it that you have a crush on?
Oh my god. Would you ask Victoria's Secret what her secret is? Like,
Yes, I would. In fact, if that's
you're a
like,
brave man.
someone
You're a
came
brave
up to
man.
me and said, "Hey, I'm Victoria's Secret." I'm like, "Okay, what's the secret? I'll give you $5. Let me know." But all music is inspired by love or tragedy. I feel like all good music, anyway.
I
What do you
should
think?
say that a lot of people ask me who my songs, not just this one, a lot of my songs are about. And, like, definitely, one person or two people or a situation might inspire a song. But once I start writing, I do find that, like, I'll draw inspiration from other things and other situations and other similar, kind of situationships, relationships, people, fiction, fact, real, like.
Right.
Basically, I'm never going to tell you.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm okay. I'm okay with that. I think I can live with that. We'll just speculate online in the subreddit. But do you find, and this is a question for both of you, do you find that when you're writing music, it does come from external inspiration, or is it because some singer-songwriters, they come at it from a point of like introspection, and it really comes from like a deep kind of emotional drive that ends up manifesting in a musical way that may sometimes pull or tap into external things circumstantially. So in Achanté, let's start with you. Like, is it more an internal process, or do you find circumstances inspire you more?
I would say it's a chicken and egg situation because I used to journal a lot. I don't. I really should. Again, I don't really have an outlet right now for all the crazy that happens and the build-ups and everything. And I don't go to therapy either. So this is my therapy.
It is
Like, basically, when a lot happens, sometimes, like, especially when this song came out.
He's like, red flag. Okay. Be nice, Rahul. I unmuted you for a reason. Come on. Don't make me put you on mute again. There's a lot of truth in that. Even if you think that it's coming from external circumstances, you never know what subconsciously could be at work as well that kind of creates this
I mean, there is
connectivity.
the Sayu song was definitely just introspection, I guess, more than anything. And yeah, all of this is literally, if I don't put it out somewhere, like, I feel like I will explode. So
Yeah.
I guess it comes from the internal, but
And I would
something
say
from the
that
external triggers it. I don't know.
it's in a sense, like, it can be a form of therapy. I mean, you just speaking from personal experience, like, sometimes I'll just be like way overly stressed and like my head's going in a million different directions, and then I'll pick up an instrument and sit there with it, even just for 5 minutes, and it just brings you right down.
Yeah.
It gets your
For sure.
brain waves just going in a smooth direction, and you're just like,
absolutely.
wow, what a fast reset. And I don't know what it is, but we
Yeah.
definitely have these kind of rhythms. And
I used to go through this phase of discovery, like be like, oh, I'm feeling a certain way. Let me.
closer, yeah.
Oh, I used to go through this like phase of discovery, being like, I feel a certain way. Oh, let me play and see what helps it, what changes it, whatever. Now, like, when if I'm feeling angry, I know which songs I want to play.
Yeah.
If I'm feeling sad, I know which songs I want to play. If I'm feeling like whatever, lonely, I know what songs I'm going to play or whatever.
Yeah, they can not only be therapy for what you're feeling, they could also amplify what you want to
Yeah.
feel. And it's such a magical thing. And I think most people who are kind of like passive consumers of music, they don't understand that, they might not understand that those processes are happening in them as well. And that's what's kind of,
They just don't have the comfort level yet
Yeah.
of being able to let the music express what you are feeling.
yeah. And some people even don't want to intellectualize it that way. They're happy just having it be a soundtrack for their experiences.
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful thing too. I mean,
that's also really cool. I like
as a musician, as musicians, we tend to kind of like overanalyze certain parts of music, and sometimes we can get in our own head about it, and it brings a lot of things that shouldn't be to the surface up to the surface. But sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes it's a bad thing. But sometimes it's like it's like directors who direct movies and things. Like they can't watch a movie in the same way again, you know.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that happens for musicians as well. And they get into their. I've met a lot of musicians who have been way too much in their own head for their own good. They've got to kind of step out of that bubble and kind of experience music out in the world and what brought that joy to them in the first place, in order to reconnect with it. Because some people go down weird rabbit holes with music, but obviously you guys are very in touch not only with your musical ability and your musical IQ.
I
you're
think
also
we're all, we're all in a work in progress, because
Yeah, always.
I feel like, I mean, I still struggle with, I have probably 50,000 voice memos in my phone of ideas
Oh, nice.
for tunes.
Don't
and
lose that
songs, but-
phone.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Jeez.
But
I hope it's cloud
That's
backed
One
up.
of her specialties is losing phones.
Oh,
don't
no.
jinx it.
I know.
She's had a new iPhone in her room for the past 4 months.
2-3 months. I'm really
Three
afraid
and
to
a
like.
half?
This is one of the main reasons, because there's all of that music in it. But anyway, my point is, a lot of musicians have this problem of perfectionism and like, oh, it needs to sound like it's ready for the radio for me to make something out of this
Yeah.
idea. But
Which is bullshit. As long as
yeah,
it makes you
we
feel.
need to get past that. You know.
Yeah.
Honestly, making people feel something by listening to music you create is the toughest skill in music, I
tough.
feel like.
So tough. And like, I mean, there are some shortcuts to that, but those
Yeah.
shortcuts don't create like a lasting effect.
Yeah,
right?
like the chart with this chord pattern
Yeah.
will give you this.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, it's different when you're trying to express something that you have felt and how that made you feel in the context of a song. Like,
And there's no rhyme or reason of how that connects with other people,
yeah,
which is
it
so
may or may
crazy.
not, but that's the beauty of it, right?
Yeah.
Like, people can just hear it and be like, this connects with me in a completely different way, but I still feel like 100% of this.
Yeah, which I guess is why the rule among musicians is like, don't define your tunes,
Yeah.
because people
Don't tell
will,
people what they're about. Don't
Yeah.
give away Victoria's
don't
Secret.
give away Victoria's Secret, because people have their own secrets that they
Yeah.
want to apply to that music, and that's
Speaking of genreless, I do have another original which I didn't play today, but it's gonna be released, and that's like, it has rap, it's Latin, it has bossa nova,
No
it
way.
has beats. Yeah, it's very, very different from the sad and sexy.
someone just came. Someone just came from Mexico.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
so very, very. What probably wasn't inspired by that, but I get it.
I mean, I wrote it way before that, but I've always been inspired by Latin American music. So
Man,
there's
don't
a
go
lot
to
of
Brazil
that in
then.
it.
Brazil has
I'm
some of
definitely
the best.
Carnival,
Samba,
and
baby.
I'm gonna go.
Forget-
I'm gonna go.
forget-
Samba and football.
Oh my
like,
God.
I just need Brazil so
Just
bad.
make sure all your personal possessions are left.
Everything is going to be
at home.
tied
Yeah.
to my torso.
Yeah.
Like, either my torso gets cut off, but I'm not losing
Exactly.
This is
That-
why fanny packs are the best, guys.
Yeah. No, even
Everyone
fanny
should have
packs will get
fanny
ripped
Fanny
off
packs
of you.
aren't enough.
Yeah, it's not enough. You basically
Brazil
gotta.
is like Mumbai on steroids, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it's but that's why we have.
But
to
the
go.
music scene there is phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys definitely have to visit that, especially the nightlife music.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. The live music
And
there.
it's so free flowing. Like,
Oh,
that's
it's
the
so
best
good.
part.
I remember turning a corner one Sunday afternoon and suddenly like a mini carnival. They were practicing for carnival. Like a giant, about 1,000 people just suddenly turn a corner. It's just like it was a dead neighborhood. I was like waiting there for my friend coming from the airport, and suddenly this 1,000 people turn this corner, and it turned into like giant roving party that happened to go in the direction of the airport, and I found myself just partying all the way to the airport, and people like handing out drinks, and I'm doing all this crazy shit, and I was just like, I was just supposed to pick up my friend, but I'm here dancing, and I danced straight into the airport. And my buddy gets off the plane, and he's like, why are you like bopping back and forth? I'm like, look outside, just check it out. There's like a giant group of people just there, and that
my
was
God.
Rio.
That sounds amazing.
That's exactly, and that was
Honestly, you know
Rio
what?
on a Sunday.
Like, huge segue, but we kind of experienced the exact same thing on Toronto Islands. Like, we were leaving the islands trying to go back to the boat this one night, and just huge droves of people with speakers and everybody just being like dancing.
This
and
is
then everybody
before we
just danced and
knew
walked together.
that like raves pretty much happen every
Yeah,
weekend.
Oh,
this
yeah.
was when we
in
were
the
like
summer,
pretty
right?
new to the city, and
But
it was
we
just
were
like,
new.
what is this? Where are we?
Yeah.
And shout out, Mask Apav was like also bringing the tunes, bringing the beats.
Big shout out to Mask Apav, bringing the rave. Yeah, Toronto, we're pretty lucky in Toronto to have a lot of musical diversity and cultural energy. And I've been to a lot of different cities and metropolises around the world, and Toronto holds its own in that respect. And it's actually only getting even better. Like, just down the street from here last weekend, there was a huge rave. A huge rave in this random warehouse just down the street. And it was a gorgeously decorated. They had all these weird, like, structures and, like, crazy lights and installations and people on
Sounds
ropes
like
and stuff.
Chocolate Groove now.
Yeah, there's like a lot of that energy, especially over the pandemic. People were planning,
Yeah,
and this summer is going to be explosive, and I already feel that energy in the
for
city.
sure.
So that being said, about explosiveness, we got the sexy and sad tune for the last tune, right? And I hopefully we're it's gonna hit the mark. I'm sure it will. And before we go with this last tune, I want to thank Achanté and Rahul for coming in the studio for studio sessions
Thank you
12.
for having
And
us.
yeah,
Six
This
I've
is a blast.
I've been trying to get you guys in here for weeks, and I'm glad you finally rolled through, because it's been such a pleasure and such a delight, and I look forward to seeing you guys out performing more often than not this summer, especially throughout this summer. You guys better be booked every weekend. And
Oh,
at the
yes.
open mics, I hope to see you more and more of you. I got to get out to more of those. I've just been so busy lately, but
Same.
you guys are part of the P6
Life.
family now, and you know where to come if you ever need anything. I really appreciate you guys rolling through. I also appreciate everyone in the chat who's been here tonight and who has stuck around till the end, till the last tune. Thank you for tuning
you
in.
so
We do
much,
this each and every
Muchas
Thursday.
gracias.
We do this each and every
Everyone is
Thursday here
awesome.
from the P6 Live Media Studio, and we also have a lot of pop-up shows, so make sure you follow the channel before you go. In that way, you will get notified whenever we go live. And in this last week, we went live 4 times now, just in the last week, and even though the regular show is only on Thursdays. So make sure you don't miss it, and we have a special announcement next week, and we're adding another show, another style of show to the P6 Live studio, and that it will probably be announced mid next week. So make sure you follow our Instagram, which is at P6 Live, and you'll get notified of all the cool things happening in the city. Be part of the cool kids. Get in touch with us here, and obviously check out the Linktree Achanté Music, and also Rah Rah Black Sheep on Instagram, because everyone loves a black sheep in the family.
Everybody does.
And
Shout out to Raw.
Thank
Shout
you
out
very
to
much.
black
Thank you
sheeps
very
all
much.
over the
Yes,
world.
I am the black sheep of my family,
am
so
too.
I relate.
Woo.
Yes, we're all black sheep
We all
in
roll
here.
together.
We should just call this Black Sheep Show, because that's what this is
The
about.
Black Sheep Sessions. Oh my God, that's the name of your Impressions podcast.
We're
See?
100% getting
Oh.
sued for copyright on
I
that.
don't mind. If we don't get canceled or on a watch list or sued, we didn't do the show right. That's my
True.
motto
That's
here.
kind of
Yeah.
one of my goals if I do have a podcast.
There
Well,
we
that's
go.
good already. We're on the same page.
There we go. Mascapav.
Mask
This was such a beautiful
APAV
vibe,
Is what
yeah.
we should call him from now.
Such a
Mask
beautiful vibe.
APAV.
Of course, you're right. And I'm going to get off this and let Achanté and Rahul take away this last tune. I really appreciate everyone tuning in. Till next week, stick around.
Thank you so much, guys. This last song, I'm going to send you some Rihanna and Frank Ocean vibes. Want you to love me like I'm a hot ride. Be thinking of me, doing what you like. And boy, forget about the world, it's gonna be me and you tonight. I'm gonna make you beg for it, then I'm gonna make you swallow your pride. Want you to make me feel like I'm the only girl in the world, like I'm the only one that you'll ever love, like I'm the only one who owns your heart, only girl in the world, like I'm the only one who's in you and good night, everyone.